What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for TheLines.com, and let's talk some Monday Night Football, a game I'm super excited about. The Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. As always, everything we do absolutely free, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. We're giving away some free money as well, as you can see on the screen here. $100 Amazon gift card going up for grabs tonight, so head over to the Monday Night Football page. You just go to NFL, Monday Night Football Preview. You'll end up over here and you can play for a free $100 gift card. Again, you got to be a subscriber to this channel, so do that. Give us a thumbs up and then let us know in the comment section how you're going to play this awesome Monday night game between the Vikings and Eagles. If you guys saw any of the preseason content that we did here, you'll know these are the two teams I'm most bullish on this season. I'm so bullish on the Vikings and so bullish on the Eagles, so I'm very interested to see how this game plays out. Now, looking right now, 2.5 in favor of the Eagles pretty much across the board. You can see this is starting to get juiced a little bit. You might get a 3. If you get a 3, like I did, I played 3 when this thing first opened on the Vikings. Again, I'm super bullish on this Viking squad. I think that they are going to be able to score at least in the early part of the season until teams figure out what Kevin O'Connell is going to do with this offense. I think they're going to be able to score a lot on these defenses early on in the season here. And so I'm going to take advantage of that until they get some tendencies from O'Connell and what he's going to do with these guys. I'm going to try and exploit that. So I do like the Vikings at 3. And if you look here, it looks like we're going to get it. It looks like you're going to be able to get a 3 before this is all said and done on that. If you wanted to play the Vikings in a teaser to get them up to 8.5, I do not hate that either. I think that that is a decent way to play this. Again, week 3 lines are already out, so you can go ahead and you can get involved from that standpoint if you want to do that. You can also get involved from the standpoint of the other Monday Night Football game if you wanted to put it in a teaser there as well. But again, getting the Vikings up to 8.5, if for whatever reason this doesn't get to 3, I think is a good way to go as well. Again, I think both of these teams are going to score. I think both these teams have really good offenses, and I think both these teams have good coaches and understand how to use their personnel. So the fact that this is, you can find an total in this thing that's under 49 over here at FanDuel to take the over 48.5. I love the over 48.5. I believe that these offenses are going to continue to score. If you look, Justin Jefferson, of course, the number 1 rated wide receiver in the NFL after week 1. No surprise. Pro Football Focus has him rated as good as he was. I mean, listen, O'Connell, I think, did a masterful job of moving him all over the field. Listen, he only saw a corner on 57 of his routes, like a true traditional corner on 57 of his routes. 20% he matched up against linebackers or safeties or edges, things like that. So then nickels the other part of the time. So again, they are moving Jefferson all over and allowing him to try to exploit some of these matchups. And you can saw he went nuclear in week 1. I think he has another good week here in week 2. So again, I do like the Vikings at 3. Looks like we're going to get there. If you want to put them in a teaser up to 8.5, I don't hate that either. And then I like the over on the 48.5 as well. I'll move this down so you can take a look here. Listen, what we're getting is from Justin Hurts is a guy that is going to pull it down, and he's going to be willing to run and go and get first downs and all that, which is another reason why I like the total going over in this game. Like, I understand with a team that is going to run a little bit more, we do get the clock running more often. That said, they're going to be incredibly efficient. I think both of these teams will be incredibly efficient. Vikings defense, certainly nothing to write home about. So far, early on in the season, specifically at the corner position, Patrick Peterson is a shell of what Patrick Peterson used to be. And so I think the Eagles have success moving the ball in this game as well. So I really do like both angles of this. So from a player prop perspective, if we come over here, I want to start with Devontae Smith. And the reason, I'll show you, actually, I'll start with Jalen Hurts. So if you see, we can kind of see where he's looking from a passing perspective. And by the way, I mean, there are big discrepancies in the market out there. You can see all the way as high as 242 and as low as 235. But let's just say, we'll take the average here, kind of 238, 239, 240. If it's going to be 240 yards, well, we understand there is going to be an incredible amount of those targets that are going to go to A.J. Brown, and rightfully so, right? I mean, A.J. Brown was ridiculous. He ran a route on 95% of the dropbacks, and he got a stupid 46% target share. The reason I bring this up is because if you see, if we're looking at about 240-ish yards for Jalen Hurts in this game, look at Devonta Smith over here sitting at 42.5 for his receiving. He actually ran a route on 98% of the dropbacks in week one. But he only got an 8% target share. So let's think about that. He ran more routes than A.J. Brown did. A.J. Brown got 46% target share, where Devonta Smith only got an 8% target share. I think that has to even out at least a little bit, and more targets start heading Smith's way. Of course, A.J. Brown is going to get a ton of attention from the defensive side as well. So I think we can exploit this here early on again after a week in which he only gets an 8% target share. I think we can at least expect that to double over the course of the next couple of weeks. And even if we are getting, instead of 8%, we're getting, 12, 13, 14%, something like that. I mean, this number is very, very, very attainable here for Devonta Smith. So this is how I'm going to play this one again, over on Devonta Smith receiving yards in this one. From a prop betting perspective, and this is more of like a single game parlay type thing. I mean, I know that, before you send me the angry tweets, I know they don't pay out exactly, what a normal parlay pays out at, but at the same time, they're allowing you to make a correlated parlay. So there's going to be some trade-off. That's just all there is to it. And plus they're incredibly popular. So I know people want to play them anyway. So the reason I bring that up, if we look over here, Kirk Cousins, right? So Cousins is sitting here in that 275-ish, 280-ish range from a prop betting perspective. His secondary receiver, Adam Thielen, coming in at kind of this number right here in that 50-ish range, right? So we could come over here, and if we wanted to kind of look at a single game parlay in this thing, we'll click on the NFL, and this just happens to be over at DraftKings, right? So if we click on the single game parlay, and if we know where Kirk Cousins' passing total is kind of supposed to be, right? So we can start to put together a narrative in however this game goes. And if the game plays out like we think it's going to go, then we're going to cash the ticket. So then we come down here. So we're not going to do these touchdown scores quite yet. So we'll come down here, Kirk Cousins passing yards. So we know that the total is set at like about 275, right? So let's give us a little bit of breathing room, and we'll play the over 255, right? Over 254. So if that's the way Kirk Cousins is going to go, so we'll play over 255. That gives us a 20-yard pad of where the line is basically set for him. Then we can come down here and we take a look at Adam Thielen receiving yards. If Kirk Cousins is going to throw for, again, if he goes for over the 275, 280, 290, even if we think that Justin Jefferson gets 125 of those, which is an awesome game, obviously, we're still looking for another 150 yards to come somewhere. So let's say that Adam Thielen is going to go ahead and he's going to get 55 of those yards. So we're going to go a little bit over what his prop is set at, which is set at 50.5, as we just saw. If we believe, of course, that Kirk Cousins is going to get 275 yards, then we know that Justin Jefferson is going to get a bulk of those yards. We need that to happen in order for this to get home. So let's say he has a 100-yard day. Justin Jefferson has a 100-yard day. So Kirk Cousins throws for 255 or more yards. Adam Thielen, and this is all correlated, right? If he throws for this many yards, his primary and his secondary receiver are going to have big days, right? So Cousins over 255, Thielen over 55, and then Justin Jefferson has a 100-yard game. We're getting plus 330 on that. And again, super, super correlated, right? Because if Kirk Cousins has a big day, then these guys are going to have big days too. And of course, if you want an even bigger payout, we could say, oh, okay, Kirk Cousins goes for over 280, right? And now we're getting plus 370. The thing is, you're not getting that much more to get this 25-yard buffer at 255. And so that's just the reason I would kind of go in that direction, right? Is the 330 is giving us a 20-yard buffer here on this. But I do think from a single game parlay standpoint, that's at least fairly interesting if you are bullish on this Vikings offense like I am, where you believe that they're going to have a really nice game here. But again, at the end of the day, I'm looking at this Vikings team at 3. If we can get to that number, I like the Vikings in a teaser as well, to getting them up through the 3 and the 7 up to over 8.5. And I do like the over in this because I think both these offenses are going to be awesome. Listen, I'm super bullish on both of these teams. I can't wait to see this game. I think it's going to be super, super fun and very telling as to where this might go for both of these squads moving forward, because I'm, again, both of these teams I have to win their divisions. Both of these teams I have a lot of futures bets on. So Vikings, Eagles game I'm super, super looking forward to, and hopefully we can make some money tonight somewhere along the way. Guys, as always, everything we do absolutely free. Please subscribe, rate, review. If you're watching the audio side of things, if you're watching the video, please hit that subscribe button and let us know how are you going to play this thing down in the comments as well. Join the Discord. We'll be talking about it all night long up in here, so be sure and do that as well. Good luck on all your bets here on Monday Night Football.